Hi, how you doing today? So, have you heard about this situation with David Anthony Burke, the rapper? I know him better as D4vd, and the situation with the poor little girl that was found in an abandoned vehicle of his, and the relationship between him and this girl is really messed up, and it goes back quite a ways. I don't really want to get into that in this video. Um, But what I did want to talk about was the song that he had released a couple of years prior. If I have my timeline correct, 2 years before she went missing, he released this song. And then she went missing, and she was missing for a year before she was found in a car of his that was either abandoned or impounded. I'm not sure which. But discussing with my friend, Uncle Ruckus, about this, uh, they were pondering about, okay, I wonder about where he was at in this song emotionally, and I wonder if he was planning it, or if it was kind of an emotional reaction to something that's going to come later, or or what could have been going through his head. So I decided, let's make a chart. Let's look at it. Now, unfortunately, I tried my hardest. I could not find the time of day for D4vid. If anybody manages to get their hands on that, that would be awesome to have, so I can look with his specific houses. So instead, I got his birthday, so I have half a chart for him here, and I have the transits for the day that the song was released, and I just put the time of day for that to be midnight, assuming it just got released at the beginning of the day. But I couldn't find a specific time that it was made available. So if somebody has that, that would be awesome. But let's work with what we have here. The blue planets represent D4vid's natal placements, and then the red planets represent the song. And the first thing I notice is look at all of that in the 12th house of the song. We have the song's Jupiter conjunct his natal sun, and we have uh, the song's Neptune right in between his Saturn, Moon, Venus, North Node, Mercury, and Neptune. This is crazy. That is a ton of placements. And then we can look and see that trines uh, Mercury and Sun of the song's time, as well as his natal Mercury. His natal Mercury opposes the song's Pluto, while his natal Pluto opposes the song's Mercury. And then the song's Venus squares all of those placements in the 12th house. So, I mean, I think this paints a pretty big picture. And then also, we have the song's Moon and the song's Mars in the first house. That's a pretty big deal. So let's go over what all of this means. So we have the moon and Venus and Mercury. We're talking about our emotions, dealing with a loved one. Saturn, the restrictions around that. Neptune, that would be dreams and intuition. And then that's trining Mars. That's and trining the Mercury of the song. That's the emotions that he is trying to repress. 12th house, he's trying to repress it. He's trying to hide it. He's trying to deny it. But trining his Mars, trining the Mercury of the transits at that time, that is him expressing that aggression that he's trying to repress. And Venus squaring all of that, the song's Venus squaring all of his natal placements there. That is the conflict being directed towards a loved one. Venus in the third house, someone that is very young, still in the early stages of their life, but also very close to the IC, the end of the matter. That's pretty huge right there. And then we see that moon in the first house in Aries. So we have that Venus in Cancer with the moon being in Aries. And then we have Mars also in the first house. It's in Taurus, which goes back to that Venus. And so on the surface, we have this song talking about, and if you don't know the song, I don't know if I can even say the name of the song on TikTok. It's called Romantic Homies. Let's just call it Romantic Homies. You know what song I'm talking about, though, if you're invested enough in this to stay here this long into the video. So that is aggression and emotion right in the first house. But then there is that hidden energy of the 12th house. So it's like it's out in the surface for the song. It's right there, surface level for everyone to see. But there is that truth of it that, you know, it's more than just a song. There is the truth of this desire to do this underneath. And so what does this mean? Does this mean that he knew what he was going to do, that he was planning? And let's look at all that energy. Is not only is it trining that Mars, but it's also sextiling that Pluto. And I think ultimately, yes, this dude knew. He probably didn't have a time. He probably didn't have a plan. He probably didn't have some brilliant, like, oh, yes, I'm going to record this song. And then 2 years later, I'm going to act it out and it's going to be brilliant. I don't think it was a mastermind situation like that. I think he just knew that eventually it was going to happen. And he sung about it. And I don't think he thought about it. I don't think there was anything deeper than that, but I do think that he absolutely knew. It wasn't some emotional response to the idea of it. It was more, this is definitely going to happen one day. I don't know when, but I'm going to sing about it. What do you think? This is a really interesting chart to look at. I'm really not sure. I mean, I gotta hand it to him. You know, the songs. It's a pretty decent song, but it's really messed up to listen to now with the context of everything that happened. Um, I uh, I can't really imagine what else to say about it. But I hope you all found this chart reading as interesting as I did. I hope you have a wonderful day. You can book a reading with me at www.dhastrology.com. I have a couple in line, but I am always happy to accept more and will get to you as quickly as I can. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day. And look, it's almost fall season. My trees are turning colors on me. So I guess that means I'm getting a background change. All right, y'all. Have a good one.